today we reach to the second part of the meet with the bishop, and we will continue our discussion with Amba Makarios, the beloved. Sayyidina, we go back to your childhood. You lived 19 years in Eritrea. Were you going to school, to church close by your house? You going regularly, or you don't have church close? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, just let me finish with the mother.
Yeah, okay.
Mother, there was catechism school in the village, because the village was mother of village. So we used to go to learn, but it was some stupidity. The West, they prepare for the children something that can grasp them to the school, to play ball. Our ball was either it is piece of wood and with it, or it is a ball made from, we prepared it. So we play. Unless we pray, we can't go. But the teacher also, at that time, his mind is different. If he hears that so-and-so was playing ball, he has to punish him. For this reason, we didn't go to school. But since our parents say we go, we start something to learn by heart. In the evening, there was no light, but during the day also, the alphabet.
They call it here homeschooling. So the parents will take care of the children inside the house.
No, the parent, look, even my daddy was priest, but they have to send that to school. But when I grew up a little bit, my daddy used to teach me.
So your father?
My father
is a priest.
And then my older brother.
Also a priest.
He was a priest. He was ordained at 22 years old, because all the priests, they were very old. And he was very brilliant. He lived until 103 old.
So you had a blessed family, you said.
Yeah.
Your father and your brother
and my brother
and
my father was 100. But what happened? The person who was teacher in the village, he was not inclined that much to be honest to teach me. I respected him, but I didn't love him. Remember, love is a personal. For example, if any guest president comes here to our country, I have to stand. I have to respect him. But not love is, I love my president. Love is my personal thing. It is in my pocket. No one take it. So what happened gradually, when I saw them, I went to a monastery. At that time was Cadillac. How I knew that monastery? It was far from my village. I see when I was cowboy, Eritrea has 2 seasons. Part of Eritrea is with Europe. Part of Eritrea is with East Africa. So we used to go to the Europe side.
You were living in that side of Africa?
No, yeah, but we live the other side, but we come there. And then I used to see the monastery because it is in a big hill, high, very high. We can walk it 2 hours.
Was it Catholic monastery?
No, hour.
Hours?
Oh, yeah, hour. The saint is Ethiopian, but the country in Eritrea. Because at that time, the Eritrean go to the Ethiopian side to be far from their country, and vice versa. And then I went there. I stayed there out of sight of my parents for 2 years.
Oh, you stayed 2 years in the monastery?
Yeah, no, 2 years. No one knows where am I.
Oh,
I learn very quickly. We have to learn by heart. Orthodoxology by heart.
at that time you were reading and writing
Yeah,
everything.
about that time I was there. Because they can't accept a child before 12 or 13
And what's
years.
your age at that time?
According to our age, we work.
Okay.
According to our, until I used to prepare something, and then gradually, until I became to bring the food by mule with my colleague, or later to till the ground also. That is considered to college. So my study was very, very quick. I didn't take anything. Simply God gave me. But some people, they consider that I had some vegetable. They think about that. I don't think about that. I don't believe in that. And then my reading was clear as what? Children. Think about that. As clear as what? As clear as crystal in English, not as clear as water. Then I used to go to the library to read. At that time, not to see, the person is sitting, and by turn we read louder, not like the West. Simply, I remember my older brother studied in that monastery, and there were two people sitting. One is a priest after his wife became monk, and the other was a professor as that. And then the blind man said, the boy language is very clear. And then the professor told, well, you don't know, his brother is so and so. My brother was very brilliant reading. And then the first day I went to church to read. No one can do better than I did.
Great.
And then that was the way. And then the liturgy, doxology at night. The doxology was composed by an Ethiopian called his Abba Georgis. Abba Georgis was not from those ruling the country. For this reason, they didn't give him title Sen. But he was very brilliant. I will tell you something. How the rain come. When we were children, we saw the rains come from heaven. But science said no. It comes from the sea and became up and down. Abba George said that. May I say you the melody? And then he said, በተነግሜ ቅዱስ እግዚአብሔር ጸባኦት አምላክነ በተነግሜ ረቂቅ ዘያቁሮ ለማይ ያርጎም ከላይ ወያወርዶን ሰማይ. Exactly what the science said, but he was before the science. 12th, 13th century. He said that holy, holy, holy is Father, the one who raised the rain from the sea and make it up, and then it come down to the earth. He was before the sign.
So
in Ethiopia, we had a man before Luther 30 years, exactly what Luther said. But what can we do? Africa, it's a little far from Europe. You must understand what's that. So this doxology you have to learn by heart. But in terms of the anaphora, simply I will tell you, some is from Syria, some are from Alexandria, but they are not exist now in Alexandria. In Alexandria, we have 3 anaphora. Most of the time is Basil, little Gregory, and Cyril. At theological school, they gave up Basil and Gregory, but they never gave up Cyril. The Cyril in Ethiopia is not equal, the same. We have 14 anaphora, and we have to learn them to learn them, the 14, annually and feast.
The 14 are prayed today?
They are existing
till today.
Yes, but I am doubt that they are all of them from outside. They must some domestic. But look, we have what we called it. In a church, we don't have dictatorship, but we had one, we call it traditional. Anyhow, before 19 years old, I studied, I learned well Ge'ez, that's a church language like the Coptic. I learned, Amharic, but not speaking. Amharic is a language in Ethiopia. Tigrinya is exactly.
So by 19 years old, you said, you were speaking how many languages?
Well, plus what I said, the cow language
and the bird
language.
The bird one.
But that's in my private.
This is your private language.
Ge'ez, the church language,
yes.
Tigrinya and Amharic.
Tigrinya
but Amharic, I understand, I read. Reading later, speaking later. And then it came to my mind what they called it, to visit Jerusalem. For 3 years, I was fighting with the thought. I said, probably was Satan wanted to throw me out from the monastery. What I did, when I found those older than me, but not monk, I said, some foolish people, they want to go to Jerusalem, just simply. I am the one, but I don't want to tell him. Oh, Jerusalem, how it is good. And then I said then this is everyone wish. And then, I have to touch it. After the war in the Holy Land, 1948, 1949, 2 monks and 1 nun came to Eritrea from Jerusalem. The British administration brought them. The 1 monk and the nun, they are Eritrean, and the other monk is Ethiopian. Because there was a war, they were not member in the monastery, and then they put them as the bishop's house, residence, and I became familiar with them. They have to go to stay in a pension, and then as a young boy, I used to buy for them something. Then I went to monastery. And then in 1950, I asked one of them, he said, I have an idea. He said, why? Why don't say before? Because Father so-and-so could take him with you, because the Ethiopian returned back to Egypt. Well, it's happened. Anyhow, you see, I start to think, look, I don't have a shoes in my leg. I don't have a money in my pocket. I start to go to the Sudan, to Egypt.
Walking?
That was in my mind. I could make that because there was one nun make it. So what happened? There, I found someone who was intended to go, a monk, and then we started. There was a train from in Eritrea halfway, and then a bus, and then we went to the last station of Eritrea, and we met there a monk who gave us advice. Most of you, of course, you don't know. Anyhow, he said, no. It's better not to go through Kassala, but go through the Humarat, and then we go by bus or by any means of transportation. And then there was Eritrean has authority there. There were two Sudanese brought what I don't know the name is Salit. They used to bring some corn to sell in Eritrea. He said, take them until Gaddarf, and then bring with you a letter. Otherwise, you will never come here. When we paid them.
Do you remember how much?
Yeah, we paid them each one £1.
From Eritrea to Sudan?
Listen, 1 Sudan pound, not of today. Then Sudan pound was. That £2 when we got the responsible man, Ethiopian, we went to say hello because we are in his area, and then he gave us £2.
I gave you £2 back?
Look, God is from, we paid them. But the thing, we don't speak Arabic. Anyhow, we went
to Sudan.
They took us, we reached Khartoum.
Oh, close.
And then in Khartoum, the man who was with me, I don't want to go more detail, but he is, do you know the word egoistic at a Greek word?
What do you mean?
He loved himself only. But it happened. I told him, look, we don't have to go to work together, but a little bit mingle among the people, not to be known. As I told you, he just went. And then I went to the governor office of Sudan.
What did you do there?
I didn't know that. And then they caught me.
At that time, there is passports and there is something like that?
No.
No papers, nothing.
I don't believe it.
So you moved from Eritrea to Sudan?
My heart, I don't have any paper.
And you don't have ID? You don't have...
No, we don't have any ID.
Oh.
But you see, I have a belief in God.
But when you say they caught me, what do you mean?
They are the police.
So what did they want from you?
Simple, where are you from?
To return.
But they know me from my dress.
Oh.
And then the man doesn't mix my language. And then he said, wait. A Sudanese man came.
You were not a monk?
No.
You were just a layman?
19 years.
Layman?
Yeah. And then he spoke Tigrinya well. Probably he was born in Eritrea. Or his mother. And then he said, where are you going? Simply, he didn't say more. I said, I'm going to St. Mary's Church. Is Miriam only in the Sudan? Sir, a Christian go to church, a Muslim go to mosques. I didn't get
You didn't budge.
Sit down. It is about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
PM?
No, in the morning. I said, yes. But the Sudan people, they are very good. And then after 2 o'clock, an Eritrean boy, when he finishes work, he came. I couldn't believe. And then after we greet one another, I told him, I had my colleague. Oh, no, don't worry, we'll find him. We went to an Ethiopian lady, Abraham of that time. Accept any guest. We went there, and the man, he ate and then take it. He didn't mind. Those who don't know me, listen. When I am very angry, I never ever show my feeling. I didn't say to him anything. Though more than 20 years different in age. The lady is very, very good lady. When I met her after 19 years, she told me, my mom, and then said, listen, many people pass and I accept them, but you are boy good, remember what I did for you. Anyhow, make it this short. Those you know, Metropolitan Daniel, he was at that time 27 years old. He was a priest. He was born in Sudan. Nationality is Sudanese. His father was well-to-do. And then we met Bishop Johannes, and then we stayed a few days with him. And then Abuna Dumatios later, Bishop Metropolitan Daniel, he sent us to Durman.
So you stayed how long in Sudan? The whole total?
Well, some week then Abuna Dumatios sent us to Durman, to Ambaba Chomios. Ambaba Chomios originally is from the monastery Der Maharag. But he was very saint man. He accepted us. We stayed there 40 days in Durman. And then he asked me, stay with me. I told him in Eritrea there was Bishop Marcos, because for Bishop Marcos, I was the man who asked someone if he come to be priest or diacon to ask them. Well, honestly, we shouldn't ask, but that was the situation. So I asked for those. I am from 17 years. I used to ask for those who are coming to be priest or diacon. One day, there were about 7 people came. I mean, we are in Asmara now. I asked him, he answered. I asked, did you study in Melody? He said, yes, I knew that. And then Sayyidina Amba Marco said, listen, you want to bring to me kid? Honestly, I told him, Sayyidina, If you don't trust me, ask him. He's short than them, but not in ability. What I asked him, he answered. Oh, he trusts me. The same Bishop Pope should not he trusts me. If so, then. Yes. Anyhow, so I told him, Bishop Marcos there, okay, then I will provide for you a work here in Khartoum. Well, if I want to work in Asmara, I would know I'm going to Jerusalem and I stay in Askit. And then he make for us laissez-passer, a document. Because there was Salim Awad, 1950. Salim Awad was honorary consul of Ethiopia. He make for us laissez-passer, a document. I go to his place. I speak in Tigrinya, I speak in Arabic, you can understand. After that, Metropolitan Pachomius provide for us a ticket, the train of Sudan, and then the boat from Sudan until what you call
Shalalat.
And then the police spoke to me. I don't understand Arabic. But what happened? We met an Englishman who spoke Italian. The policeman, he's also a tourist, speak to the Egyptian police in English. To my weakness, speak in Italian.
So there was translation.
And then we went to the city,
Aswan?
Haifa, the city. And then
Halfa.
I didn't sleep the whole 24 hours. And then we went to the church. I slept like a rock. After I awake, a boy came. He brought for us sugar. And then I served, he said, مش عاوزين فلوس. Then I picked the language. And then we went to there was for the children, those orphans. And we went several times. They said the Metropolitan Amba Abraham, he didn't come yet. And then there was a young lady responsible for that. And then when it came dark, they said, come in. And then they brought for us bread, not a regular bread. The bread, what they call it, H. Shams. It was good, with malachoya. But it's difficult to eat with malachoya. There is no spoon, they just simply gave us. And then the lady, those who are working themselves, they don't speak good Arabic, say, do you speak French? No. Do you speak English? No. Themselves, they don't speak. The lady was sitting next to me. I told them, do you speak Italian? The lady raised, you speak Italian? Yes. We became right away brother and sister. She grew up with a nun, an Italian convent there. She speaks well Italian.
You speak well Italian.
Not that much.
But you can manage.
As they said, Palestinian, بدبر حالي.
You can manage. Yeah.
Because you see, it's a long time I never used it. The thing what you see at the Vatican Council.
But you learn Italian in Eritrea from.
Well, until now there are Italian expressions, but I better at the Vatican, Second Vatican, I was the observer.
So you didn't tell us about Italian when I spoke to you about languages in 19 years old.
Well, we can do that. Then, when the bishop came, she translated for us. Then she said, come tomorrow morning. In the morning I went. She put on my pocket 25 piastres. That it was money. Now it is 250 even. We went anyhow. We went to monastery, and then the man, he won't say, you can go anywhere. I am going to monastery somewhere because Abuna so and so is the Abuya.
Where this monastery is in?
Well, leave it. And then the monastery, they are good people.
Yeah.
And then Bishop Theophilus didn't collect me. I don't know where I would be now.
Bishop Theophilus is the abbot?
The abbot of
the Deir Sudan. Yes. And how you met him?
That's a miracle.
Because
someone told me, go there. He accepted me, became that his son.
But how you get from Halfa
No,
to Deir
we are
Sudan?
in Cairo.
You went
No,
to
the
Cairo.
man, he left me in Cairo.
You left in Cairo.
So then they sent us to stay in Mahamesha.
Who told you to go to Amba Theophilus?
Yeah, when we went to Mahamesha, and the man left me, and then someone told me, go to Amba Theophilus.
Mahamesha is in Cairo.
Yeah, there was a monk that I knew him, Eritrean, in a hospital, Coptic hospital that was established by Jam'iyat al-Iman 1927. Later was national. And then I told him, Abuna, one day I will enter to this school in Mahamesha.
It's very close to the cathedral today.
But you see what? I told him I will enter. Then what happened? I accepted me. Listen, everyone, attention. My life is saved by him and later also by Pope Shinoda.
These two people.
That it will be different. We discussed with Pope Shinoda.
So Amba Theophilus and Pope Shinoda. Most effective.
Then the man went to the abbot of that monastery. He kicked him out. He said, go away. Because before we came, there was, the last Egyptian metropolitan died before we arrived, about November or December.
What months you went there?
Kyrillos.
But what months you reached to the monastery?
We reached
January or February?
No. Because 3rd of March, it has many things with me. That's what it seemed. It was at the beginning of March something. And then a man said, I told him, well, come to my father. And then Sayyidina may repose his soul. He said, yes. Abuna Abdul Mariam, Ethiopian, very honest man, told me, did he make himself this? Yes, he didn't like him. Because he loved you, he accepted him. And then he's sitting there, he wants to go to the other monastery. He writes, he said, well, a monk, if he go out from a monastery, like a fish go out from a sea, that it is commercial expression. I don't believe in that. Yes, it is written in the book of monk, but no one exercised it. Simply they just quote it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, even there, he didn't succeed. Now, Sayyidina make me sacristy in 1900, right away, for 3 years.
What's sacristy, Sayyid?
Well, right away he make me sacristy. Because some people, they used to drink anich. The anich, if you open it, the whole house can be filled. I don't drink. I grew up with a cow, and I just simply drink milk. At that time, there was no milk, even for medicine in the Barria. Now you can take a yogurt also. And then when 1953, they expanded the Alexandrian Cathedral. And then the Ethiopians, they came. And then there was some in Der Muharraq, and some in Der Surian, but we were very, very friendly and peace and love. But those in Der Muharraq, they had some, the weather was hurricane there. And then the Ethiopian church sent 7 Ethiopian only, not Eritrean. 3 monks, the others are young men. One of the monks whispered to me, said, listen, Abuna Sono is going because he missed his mother. Tells the Metropolitan Basilius to come instead of him. Okay. And then I enter. Without interpreter, what do you want? I said, I want to study. Do you want in Ethiopia? No, I hear. But here, whom we can kick and whom can enter. Well, I told him, Abuna so-and-so is returning. Yes. They start to ask. Abuna Ab Mariam told us, this boy is a young man, and in his monastery is sacristy. Everyone loves him, and he is working, and he is also start to study Coptic, Arabic, French. French with whom? With Pope Shenouda. Arabic with Abuna Bachum. Coptic with Abba Samuel.
So you started to learn the 3 languages at the same time?
Yeah, see, simple. Coptic, I don't need to read the alphabet. When I asked Bishop Samuel, may God rest all of them, he said, didn't you know the Latin alphabet? I said, yes. Then he showed me. Coptic, Coptic, it is a Greek alphabet. Yeah. Greek alphabet, Latin the same. Yeah. It's the form.
Yeah.
Then they said.
So I want to go back to sacristy. The word sacristy means novice, means the under training, means...
If you take ABCD, it's the same alphabet. So I was just simply. And then Abuna Bachon gave me a book. And then, but the thing is, I couldn't understand. انظر تجد نعمان وأخته الولدين يلعبان والبنتين تلعبان. I don't understand what that means. The word ta is for women, ya is for men. No one explains. Simply just I read. But I, like a parrot, I just learned.
So you started later on to know the meaning.
Then they kept quiet, and I follow. I follow them if they are going to do or not. Then the last night in Cairo, Metropolitan Basilius, then our patriarch, he said, Abuna Amba Theophilos will tell to the Pope and then study. We Eritrean, we never bow to the ground. In Ethiopia they do. Simply we do that. And then I said, thank you.
You bow down.
And then I enter.
How many years?
The monk went. The monk, I told him in the hospital, he said, how you make a prophesy for yourself? So what happened? Now they remain 2, but I'm Eritrean. Anyhow, it passed that way. Then both of them, they return.
How many pupils? How many?
We were 7.
7.
Ethiopian. 7. I will tell you there's 7. when Petrarch Johannes 19 went to Ethiopia, before I was born, 1930, he promised them 7.
Oh, okay.
Be carefully, you also. 7 in Arabic is this. 7 in Ethiopia, the word is 17.
Oh.
The translator, when His Holiness said 7, he told them 7.
They understood it 17.
They said 7 full of one boat. They came to Egypt. Then the Egyptians, they said, no, probable mistake was 0.
So the word 7 can be understood
7
17.
in Ethiopia
Means 17.
7 in Ethiopia, but he said, he told them 7. 7. He said 7 in Arabic, in Ethiopia 70.
Yeah. All of them, they went
There
to...
was many mistakes in the language.
Yeah.
Look, no one knew one another. The one knew 3 church nowadays, the poor man. What happened before that? Listen, all of you, carefully. There was some history. One man came to be priest, and the one who registered told him to bring 2, some at that time, let us say 2 pounds equal to whatever it is, in it is 2. The man, he doesn't have a quarter. And then the bishop was coming, riding his horse or mule, said, Abuna, your secretary told me 2. The one secretary came to interpret. Sayyidina, yes, his man is joking. He has 2 women and he wants to give people.
Wrong translation.
Look, the epidemic what we had. In 1957, Alexandria didn't understand the past. There was up and down. Pope Shenouda, he never did that. That will take another time. Anyhow, Egypt said no. Probably will make a mistake. 0, that nokta. They couldn't accept them. Abuna Sergios was the opposite party, was very happy. He said, look, they brought people from their country and they neglected them.
It was a mistake.
Now, one of the 70, I met him in 1961. He came to Jerusalem. He became Lord Governor of Addis Ababa. Lord Governor. Yeah, that means Addis Ababa is like London. The mayor has also power. And he was very churchman. When he came officially with a secretary, the monastery asked him, do you want someone? They said, if you have someone has understand Arabic, yes. And then the monastery sent me my weakness. And I was very carefully not to be blamed. But as in Arabic said, masḥuquh, no. And then the man was very open. When the communist revolution came, they didn't touch him.
Yeah.
He's churchman, a very good man. And then we went to the king, the prime minister, and the foreign minister, and so on. We stayed in Amman 3 days. When he returned to Ethiopia, he told to the emperor, about me. The emperor was so impressed. When the bishop of Jerusalem, he was in Ethiopia about to leave, he asked him, what kind of monkey you have? So-and-so told me very good about him. Anyhow, we are going to return to the school. So the two, they left the school without, one went to Europe to study English, the other went to Ethiopia. Then I was tranquil, very tranquil.
How many years you said now you stayed in Hamamasha school?
Well, look, it was, first of all, I studied the language, 6 سنوات here.
6 years.
First I have to study the language. And then I went, but not alphabetical.
They gave you degree at the end?
Yeah.
What that degree was?
A bachelor. On that base, I studied at Hebrew University.
Bachelor of Theology? Or
Yeah. Yeah, see, in that base, I went to Hebrew University. I secured my master degree.
So after this, you started the Hebrew?
No, I started the
Later,
story. I started the story. And then in that base, they accept me in Princeton. But in Princeton, they didn't care about my degree as I take there. Am I true member of the church? They called Bishop Samuel in Alexandria by phone because he was graduate also.
Yes.
And then he told them, Ish Abba Petros Gabriel Selassie is our son. Then accept me. I secure master degree.
In what?
In church history before the division.
Church history before the
division.
From Princeton?
Yeah.
Master. What year is it?
Huh?
What year?
Well, it was, I finished in 1880.
80s.
Yeah, then later, if any Ethiopian asks them, they have to ask me. Because they trust me.
Yeah, they trust you, yeah.
Well, the Princeton also, let me say, they helped me. Not in academic, but after I finish, I don't have where to go. President Mokai said, do you want to continue PhD? I told him no, because now the Ethiopian Christians, they are coming, I have to take care for them. Then go to Dr. Dubba. Dr. Dubba is the admission. And then when I told him, the president asked him, he said, he was happy and surprised. They take care for me. And then he tried to find for me in Washington. I don't have money. They paid my $30 round trip. At that time, the train from New Jersey, $15. Yeah. So it was, look, see, one day I must make a program, all my benefactors. Princeton, I consider them their son. World Church Council, I consider their son also. But I have to make Vatican. Don't say no, because our relation was good. The people, when I was at the Vatican, I was not fanatic when I speak with them. I always said, by past, let us go front. But all of them, they pass now.
So now when you get to the monastery in Sudan, how many years before you getting ordained as a monk?
No, look. At that time, there was no year or something.
Away?
Quickly.
So
for example, behind me, Abba Dumadios, Komosmata Miskin, they came. Right away, the same day I arrived here.
So at that time they were ordaining you a monk right away?
The next day, make me monk.
It was 1951?
Yes. the same, week. There was no such. Later become. Yeah, and then he opened the room and he arranged.
You talk about Amba Theophilus, the abbot of the monastery.
Yeah, because, well, look, I'm just taking myself, because for me, I lost father.
You loved him so much.
I didn't cry as I cry for Bishop Theophilus, for my father. Because you see, if he didn't accept me, I don't language. At the same time, what I did after I entered to the school, it was January, and then for Easter I went to Jerusalem.
You went to Jerusalem?
Yeah, because my attention was not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I went there.
You were planning from the beginning to go to
I went
Jerusalem.
there because of my ability. When the monks, they saw, I said, and they told to the bishop, he's Eritrean, we want him. And the bishop called me, said, look, in the old day, the person has to ask and so on, but for you, the monastery want you. I told him, Sayyidina, you were attend when I asked Metropolitan Basilius. Yesterday asked him in school, now today to leave the school? Is it fair? It will be major or the monk and my major. And then he said, well, and so on. I told him, see, that is not fair. I can't do that. My attention, see, was to study and to make liaison before the two churches.
You are the only bishop who has two seats, a seat in the Eritrean church and a seat in the Coptic church.
I'm
you are the only
one.
bishop who has two seats, because you're serving the Eritrean.
Even the qualification, at that time, Ethiopia didn't take care for Eritrea, not for the country, for the land, yes, but not for the people. But you see, they can't separate me from the Ethiopian. For example, the ambassador was very Orthodox man. At that time, he didn't care for me, but he didn't want. When the emperor make for us pocket money for us, I was. But when he went to Rome, he used to write for me, please study good, because tomorrow Orthodox will be very rare. He understand it, but before, no.
So you went to Jerusalem after you finished?
After the school is here. Easter, I went, and then I was 23 years old, 22, and then I went to the Ethiopian. Bishop Metropolitan Jacobus won't give me a room. I told him, Sayyidina, well, I will go there. And then he heard me, said, do you want to go to visit, to go to your countrymen? Sayyidina, أنا ما قلتش عشان أزور قرايب هنا. He's a metropolitan. But he didn't appreciate his word. I have Ethiopian passport. As long as I have it, I told him, no, I appreciate you, but I'm going. So, but you must know I didn't come. The one who died in a train accident, because he was against. So anyhow, I stayed with them. I told them no. What happened? After I graduated in 1960, until they sent me a ticket, I went to Jerusalem.